We need to cover this. We need to cover this. Y'all want some interesting TYT news that I just randomly came across? Let's talk about it. All right. So, yeah, we were just talking earlier about how TYT, for some reason, no, we know the reasons because they have a deal with YouTube, but their likes will get, or dislikes, I should say, will get scrubbed. Their videos seemingly get inflated. And I was wondering if there's something weird going on behind the scenes with YouTube. I know I already knew they had a partnership with them. And lo and behold, this is from February 11th, right? It just kind of flew under the radar. See, Jank and Anna were good little toadies. They were good little loyalists to the Democratic Party, pushing Warren in to undercut Bernie Sanders and Tulsi and even Andrew Yang, who I would much prefer to damn Elizabeth Warren. And they got rewarded for it, everybody. Look, YouTube to fund launch of the Young Turks Local News Academy. The Young Turks, one of the largest progressive digital media publishers on YouTube, is receiving funds from Google to launch an online course called TYT Academy that focuses on the creation of digital-first local news. Sources say the investment is in the mid-six figures range. Why it matters? The investment of YouTube is part of YouTube's $25 million commitment to news efforts, which has been part of its $300 million Google initiative that was announced in 2018. Now, I feel like I shouldn't have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. What they mean by $25 million news effort is $25 million censorship and propaganda effort. This is why they've been making sure that nobody can get past or near the Young Turks. Because, for example, yeah, I know that like Jimmy's doing some fantastic work and he's like climbing and climbing and climbing. And even still, Jimmy's not going to pass YouTube or the Young Turks because YouTube will not allow him to pass the Young Turks. Not anytime soon anyway. Because based off of Jimmy's trends, he should have been past the Young Turks. But he talks about it all the time. They forcibly unsubscribe people from his channel. As one of YouTube's most successful publishers, with 4.6 million subscriptions for its main account and millions of followers across its affiliate channels, TYT is a logical fit for this type of investment. In other words, since they've been pandering to Democrats and have been good little Democratic Party gremlins, we will reward them with money since, you know, people aren't going to pay to watch them anymore like that. So we have to give them money to keep them afloat so they can keep pushing the propaganda that you all love so much. Oh man, the new class features a 2-track video series with each containing 8 videos. The users will take short quizzes along the way and must pass a final exam before complete. I want y'all to know something. Journalism tactics and responsibilities. Journalism tactics? Oh, please God, don't tell me this class is going to be taught by either Jank, Anna, or Emma. For the love of God. Anna, miss, I'm better than you. I voted for Hillary, and yes, I'm better than you. Emma breaking down in tears because Fiorella exposed that Warren was taking millions of dollars in corporate funding and lying about it. And Emma was like damn near about to cry because Fiorella's tweet went viral. Don't do that. Emma always sounds like she's about to cry. And then Jake, I mean, need I say more? The dude is damn near a bigot when it comes to Russia. Not damn near, he is. If you have ever even talked to a Russian, don't tell Jane because he might put you on the list. So I've always maintained, for good reason, that unfortunately, good journalism, true independent journalism, doesn't get rewarded by corporations. This is just the facts. What we do is, for the most part, a thankless job. That's why we're so heavily reliant on you all, and we greatly appreciate your love. But if you're wondering why YouTube, or why, like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but TYT gets the same love that mainstream media journalism does. Y'all ever notice that on YouTube? Yeah, they do. Because of this little deal they got. YouTube is incentivized to push their bullshit even if no one wants to watch it. They're also incentivized to crush their competition. And now you know why. They got $25 million from Katzenberg, the DNC, one of the DNC's number one donors. They're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars from YouTube, and I'm sure a plethora of other benefits to hold an academy. Right. An academy, because TYT definitely knows everything about journalistic integrity. They've been a pillar of journalistic integrity for the last few years. YouTube is literally joining the propaganda machine. Anybody who watches TYT like genuinely for information, like you are effectively elevating propaganda. You are ingesting propaganda. There's been nothing that Google has touched that has not been corrupted. This is a fact. And if it has touched you, it's because you have been willing to play the ball. You've been willing to play the game with them, and they appreciate it. And they want to remind you how much they appreciate it with millions and millions of dollars. Sparky, fellow Georgians, James Brown, MLK Jr., and Senior were Republicans, but knew better than to marry the party. Never marry a party, Democrat or Republican. Amen. Speaking the gospel. I would submit that it's time to stop speaking in terms of Republican and Democrat, or even left and right in general. Case in point, there's no such thing as the Green New Deal. There is no such thing as the Green New Deal. You are correct. I mean, I guess Howie Hawkins' version of it would be the closest thing. But Howie Hawkins is his own problem, which is a different discussion. But that line of thinking is actually more common than you would think. And that's why populists, left-leaning populists like myself, we get attacked. Now, right-leaning populists get elevated for the most part because conservatives understand the value, at least populist conservatives understand the value of people challenging their leaders. They were like, I might not agree with everything they say, but like we agree on these base values. Okay, so I'll work with them. But with leftists, they see a populist leftist saying, I want to be able to speak and reach and advocate for all people. I want to advocate to end all wars. I want to fix the problems that cause immigration, not demonize one side or the other, or pretend like the immigration problem doesn't exist because we don't create a path to citizenship. We want to actually fight for universal health care. We want to fight for election integrity to make sure your vote counts. And obviously, this is something that can be agreed upon by both sides of the populist spectrum. But if you are a propagandist and your dollar is reliant on people staying stupid, which that's basically what the left has been over the last couple of years, more than ever before, they need you to be stupid. They need you to keep voting for the person who will fail you so they can complain about the person who will fail you, and you will click on it and rage click and be like, yeah, they failed me. What do we do next? Vote for the next person who will fail me? Well, okay, if you say so, if that's the morally righteous thing to do and I get to be popular because of it, I guess. So yeah, I agree. We do have to start being more conscious of falling into these duopolist traps where we can only talk to the left. We can only vote Democrat. We can only vote for the establishment. We have to never challenge them. We have to pretend like we don't see election fraud if it benefits the Democrat. No, fuck that noise. Y'all know I'm not about that life. Sebastiano, how are you doing, man? Your positivity and truth inspire me. Niko was right. Jimmy was right. Stay humble. Much love, man. I appreciate that. And I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm alive. I'm breathing. It's been crazy to see what we said was going to happen is happening. Like Pasta, like I said, Pasta's been talking about mail-in ballots for years. Pasta and Fiola both on the Convo Couch. I've been talking about voting machine and mail-in ballots also. I was warning people for years like, hey, does anybody not see any of these changes happening in these states that are going to affect Bernie in the primary? And of course they did. But we fight. We fight on. I will tell y'all this. I guess the only good thing about Biden potentially winning is that now I get to keep my own list. Because You know, Biden, he said already that he already said, I'm not banning fracking. Cool. That's what he said. Then he said he plans on going back into Afghanistan. He's cutting that deal and sending troops back into Afghanistan. I mean, he already basically said he wants to invade Iran. We're staying in Syria. He's going to escalate tensions with Russia. They've already been escalating tensions. Zelensky is about to... I feel bad for President Zelensky of the Ukraine. It's about to get ugly there. Believe that shit. Because he tried to hold Biden and them accountable, and they're coming for him now. You know that's about to happen. And every single drop of blood that comes from this, every single ruined life, all of that blood is on their hands now. If you decide to vote for Biden, that's on you. Every black person was beaten by police brutality. Every unaccounted for cop. Every subsequent war that has started, and there will be more. That's on your hands now. And I will be reminding you every single day that you could have fought for accountability in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, when we had all of the momentum on our side, but you instead decided to bend the knee for your bank account and for your clout. I hope it's worth it. You're going to have to live with that. I don't got to live with that on my conscience. Sparky, thank you very much for the super chat. It's establishment or non-establishment. It hasn't been Democrat or Republican for a while. Yeah, basically since the Democratic Leadership Council was created in the 80s. You're right. The military-industrial complex is thrilled with Biden. Oh, yeah. Competent imperialism. John McCarthy. It's HR 8721. Oh, you talking about the public banking bill? Appreciate it. I'll check it out. So give me a few, guys. I'm peace out for a little bit, but I'm gotta get my man. What? Oh, why is it showing up late? Darren, thanks for the super chat. Jenk is already saying progressives need to rally behind Biden and support him in 2024. Jenk can eat a dick. How about that? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in this live stream segment of Mikasa Tsukasa.